I hate Christmas. And New Year's Eve, I hate it more. People think that's strange. They assume it's because I'm bitter or cold. But the truth is simpler and sadder. I'm always alone. I start feeling it before December even gets here. That tight feeling in my chest, like the calendar is warning me. Everyone says Christmas is about warmth, family, togetherness. But for me, it's about silence. The kind that gets louder when the lights are on and there's no one to see them. I don't hate Christmas because I'm bitter. I hate it because it asks questions I don't have answers to. Who are you going home to? Who's waiting for you? I try to stay busy. I really do. Work longer hours, sleep earlier, pretend it's just another week. But then the music starts playing in stores, and suddenly I remember every year I smiled through parties just to come back to an empty place like this. People tell me, enjoy your freedom, as if loneliness is a luxury, as if wanting someone beside you is a weakness. The truth is, I don't dread Christmas Day. I dread the days and nights leading up to it. The waiting, the knowing. Because while everyone else is counting down to something, I'm counting how many days I have to get through before January lets me breathe again. Every December, my colleagues flood the office with stories about travel plans, matching pajamas, and loud family dinners. Lisa from accounting counts down the days until she flies home. They always ask, "What about you?" I smile and say, "Oh, I'm just resting." My friends try, at least at first. Betty sends a "we should hang out" text that never turns into a plan. Phil promises we'll do something for New Year's, then cancels because something always comes up. Last year, when the fireworks exploded outside my window, I cried. Not softly, not gracefully. I cried like someone who finally ran out of excuses. This year, something in me snapped. On December 23rd, while listening to my colleagues argue about Secret Santa gifts, I thought to myself, I can't do this sad holiday again, alone. So I did something reckless. Every December, there's one door in my building that never has decorations. Apartment 3B. That's where Mrs. Agnes lives. I've noticed her for years. Small, slow, always carrying her groceries alone. During the holidays, when laughter leaks from other apartments and music echoes through the halls, her door stays closed. No visitors, no noise. I tell myself it's none of my business, but deep down, I'm afraid. Because when I look at her, I see my future, and it scares me to grow old and be alone. One evening, as I passed her door, I stood there longer than usual, my hand hovering near the bell. I almost walked away. I always do. But then I remembered how much I hate the holidays, and how tired I am of running from that feeling. So I knocked. The door opened slowly. Mrs. Agnes looked surprised, like no one ever knocks on her door anymore. "Yes?" she asked, cautious but polite. I swallowed. "Hi, I live next door. I just wanted to check on you, since it's the holidays." For a moment, she said nothing. I thought I'd made a mistake. Then she stepped aside. Her apartment was neat, but painfully quiet. No tree, no music, just a kettle whistling softly on the stove. We sat across from each other, two strangers, pretending not to recognize the same loneliness in each other's eyes. "I used to love Christmas," she said suddenly. "I traveled every year. Paris once, Rome twice. I even danced in the streets of Barcelona on New Year's Eve." I blinked. "You did?" She smiled faintly. "Life gets smaller when you're alone long enough." That night, I brought her dinner. The next day, she insisted on making tea. Slowly, without planning it, We became part of each other's routine. A week later, I joked, "You should tell me more about those trips." She laughed, a real laugh. "Only if you promise to stop feeling sorry for me." Something clicked in that moment. "What if," I said carefully, "we didn't stay here this year?" She stared at me. "What do you mean?" "I mean, what if we traveled? Together?" Silence filled the room. Then she reached for my hand. "I thought those days were over." "They don't have to be," I said. "Not for either of us." 2 weeks later, we were on a train heading out of the city. Mrs. Agnes wore a bright scarf I'd never seen before. I carried the bags. She told stories the entire ride. We watched fireworks from a crowded square, strangers laughing beside us. She danced, slowly but proudly. I laughed harder than I had in years. For the first time, the holidays didn't feel like a reminder of what I lacked. They felt like proof that the future isn't fixed. Mrs. Agnes wasn't my fate. She was my reminder that loneliness doesn't win unless we let it. And sometimes, the best time of your life begins with a knock on the door you were afraid to open. The end. Wait, the story can't end now. I need to share my travel stories with my colleagues. For the first time in years, I now have stories to tell people about the holidays. Monday morning, I walk into the office differently. Not rushing, not hiding behind my coffee mug. When they ask, "So, how was your Christmas?" I didn't fake a smile. I didn't change the subject. I tell them about a crowded city square, music echoing between tall buildings, strangers pulling me into a dance I didn't plan on joining. I danced anyway. I tell them about standing shoulder to shoulder with people I'd just met, all of us looking up as fireworks lit the sky, bright, loud. I tell them about an all-white yacht party, everyone dressed the same but carrying different stories, moving like we'd known each other for years. No pressure, no pretending. And yes, karaoke. My voice shaky at first, then louder, surrounded by cheers from people who didn't care if I sang well, only that I sang. They laugh, they listen, they lean in. And that's when I realize the magic wasn't in the decorations or the holidays themselves. It was in letting myself be seen. That lonely fear I carried for so long, it finally loosened its grip. And as I talk, it hits me. Christmas didn't change, I did. Maybe I never hated Christmas after all. I just hated spending it alone.